Rebels showed full well what they're capable of last week in their second half performance of the season last week against the Blues, where they blew them off the park. Excuse the pun there, 35-5, and showed a devastating second half display. The test for them now is whether they can back that up against the Rebels here at Amy Park. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Rugby, a home of Rugby Challenge 2, and the Highlanders career mode will be cracking to round 16 of the competition this week. There was just 4 rounds remaining, and the contesting spots at the moment could not be closer in the ladder. The Rebels here, first team, the home team tonight, Amy Park. They are not going too well in Australia, but interestingly, we'll look through their team here, and you may see some familiar names from many New Zealand fans, with Taufua playing at number 8. The former Crusader has moved over to play with the Rebels. That is a very interesting signing for them. You have to say the Rebels have recruited not many players, but where they have recruited very well. When you look at players on their bench, like John Hardy, the former Highlander, and they also have the American international Lestrange, the fly half, on their bench as well, with the injuries, of course, to Bottas on the bench, and Woodward is out with a red card. So it's a good team here for the Rebels. The question is if they can keep improving and really contest the Australian Conference. At the moment they sit 4th on 25 points, a 5-win, 8-loss record. And their previous 2 matches were both losses to the Chiefs 25-18 and to the Brumbies the week before that 15-11. So plenty of room to improve, but their recruiting is not bad, it has to be said. Well, we know how good the Highlanders are at recruiting, and their team showed in the second 40 last week just how destructive they can be. The team has taken a couple of changes. Again, the revolving door on the wing continues between Osborne and Wade. Neither of them really showing their full potential just yet. Of course, Osborne was unable to score last week, whereas Sharon Stowers got 4, proving just how much of a key man Stowers really is. Wade comes in today on the right wing, and we'll see whether he can make a difference to his season so far. Sopoaga gets a start at fly half, and Sexton will move to fullback. Aaron Smith comes back to number 9 in the scrum half role today for the Highlanders. The rest of the team majorly unchanged. We are set to go here at Amy Park. Peter Breen will kick us off, and we are underway. Round 16 of the Super 15 is going now at Amy Park as Coleman and Sonny Bill fire a wide, and Wade, well, he's got his first touch. Less than impressive it is, but it's somehow come back to Williams, who finds Retallick, and well, look at this from the Highlanders, really wanting to run it, and it's out to Stowers already. He's busting away, but a great tackle at the back from Kingston has kept him in check. What a start that could have been for the Highlanders. But look at this from the Rebels. They will get it back. And the Burgess swings it wide. Inman back inside. Mitchell in the middle of the back line. Finding some work there already, the winger.
Advantage.
Oh, and Woods knocked on there from Weeks. Ben Smith jumps on it. Aaron Smith, advantage over is signalled as Alfoa. What a run here from Alfoa. The blistering speed from the prop. As again it's Kingston and Stowers. And Stowers gets taken down again. What great speed to get away from Jones was shown from Alfoa. Mullen goes through the middle, offloads to Sopoaga. And he goes straight into the tackle and loses the ball. The Rebels are right back on this ball now as it comes away through Inman. And he comes up against Sexton, who takes him down, but the Rebels spread it the other way. And it's a chance here for the Rebels. Ellison, another former Highlander. And Ben Smith has turned him over. And now a big tackle there from Bream. As Aaron Smith goes back to Sexton, and he is driven into his in goal.
Crouch.
It's a 5-metre scrum for the Rebels.
Sit.
Wow, this is a good little display here from the Rebels at the moment as the Highlanders put in a massive shove to the scrum. Oh, they might just turn this over, and they have. And it will be Aaron Smith who puts in the box kick over the top of the scrum. It goes high into the sky, and Aaron Smith flies through. He's taken it. Delivers to Armitage. Sopoaga gets taken from behind. A good tackle from Inman. Here's our forward. Coltman to the left side. Stowers is open away. Can he find a support? Sonny Bill is there. He chips for him, but it's covered from Burgess as Williams goes to ground. Oh, there's a Rebels player all the way back there. So offside. Here's our forward. Finds Sopawanga. Oh, and he is sideswiped as he looks for the kick. He just got smashed. Rutullock goes to Aaron Smith, and he's going to try his hand at a kick. And Wade puts in a quick chase. Up the touchline comes Wade, and he smashes Kingston, and a good offload. Finding Taufua. There's going to be a key man. As there is Vanu trying to streak up the left-hand touchline. Ben Smith makes amends of him, and here's Breen taken from Rutullock. He has been clotheslined and driven to the ground. Big tackle from Rutullock. But it's given the Rebels a penalty just outside the 22. And as expected is going to be Peter Breen to line up a penalty shot. Well, this could give the Rebels a nice lead here. 25 gone. Stalemate so far. Breen's kick is wide. Oh, what a miss. Well, I didn't think that would happen. I thought he would have that kick easily. But he's hooked it to the left. And that's a real let-off for the Highlanders. As now Sexton gets a chance to smash this one downfield. And he does thump it very well too. To the 10-metre line, Rebels half. And they're going to launch a comeback here. Big counter-attack. There's Higginbotham finding the ball to Holmes. As they spin it wide, Breen looking to make up for that bad kick, and he passes beautifully out to Ellison. Ellison coming across, Sonny Bill, oh, sells the dummy, and Sexton is away to the store. He is buying that all week long, and it's a try to the Rebels. Don't mind the penalty. We'll take 5. Tamati Ellison, special player, but look at this dummy. Sonny Bill committed. He just didn't have the pace to catch up with Ellison. And the Rebels have benefited. Well, that was a big tackle as well from Stowers. Oh, what a dummy. That is beautiful. Tamati Ellison opens up the scoring. And maybe Breen won't be so upset about missing that penalty. But he'll really want this kick. If anything, wonders for his confidence here after half an hour. Here's Breen. Oh, that is a better kick. Well, he's found his bearings now, and he is away. That is a nicely struck conversion, and it's 7-0 to the Rebels. Well, with the congestion on the table here in the New Zealand Conference, a loss here for the Highlanders could be very troublesome. As Sexton resumes the match with a deep kick, nicely taken from Inman. And he's found a man out there in Mitchell. And he is completely isolated. Aaron Smith turns him over. Williams offloads in the tackle. Freakishly, how did he do that? Sopawanga finds Coltman. Here's a chance for Wade. Wade streaking away. Looks to step. Oh, he's done it brilliantly. Gets away from Kingston, but is taken as the cover defence comes across. Chances for those two wingers have come few and far between, as it's the Rebels now coming away through Fugalistler, and it's kicked in the end from Ellison. Might be too deep, it might be a good kick. Where's it going to sit up? It's too deep. Sighs of relief there as the Highlanders were scorching back, trying to defuse that kick. There was no need. It was too deep.
Touch.
And that is a lot of yards given up there from the Rebels. As Aaron Smith beats a scrum. Half-time rings in their ears. The Highlanders, as we saw last week, they won't want to go to half-time trailing this match. Smith goes through a little run himself, finds a beautiful ball for Ben Smith, and he's through. He looks to Armitage. There's a man on the winger. It's Wade. He's still waiting for the ball to be delivered. It's come back in, and he'll score it. Wade finally scores a try. Well, we talked about the revolving door going on that winger's jumper, but this time Wade has made the play. Ben Smith combining with Aaron Smith earlier on, really, they created the big hole in the middle of the field. After that, it was just ball through hands, and the space was created. Armitage on hand, as all good open side flankers are. Sopawanga delivered the final ball over his shoulder, finding Christian Wade to finish the job. And is this the start of something special for Wade? Finally, could we have two very good wingers? I think Osborne will have something to say about that. Who will we see in that jumper next week? Sexton. Oh, delivers a nice kick, and it is 7-all. Now, like I said, the Highlanders will hate going into half-time behind the game. And once again, for the second week in a row, they've rectified that in the extra time period. It's 7-all as we head to the sheds, and the Rebels, well, they'll be massively disappointed to let their lead slip right on half-time. The possession, look at that, just about dead even, 52, just nudging the way of the Highlanders. Territory 60-40, the Rebels definitely had the better of that. Both sides have made 6 very good line breaks, but it is the Highlanders letting themselves down at the moment with 6 handling errors as well. The scrum, though, has been impressive. Of course, getting that turnover scrum off the Rebels earlier in the match. That is a big part of their match, and their forward pack is performing very well as well. It's 7-all, half-time of round 16. Just 4 rounds remaining, 4 matches remaining for the Highlanders. Of course, they had the bye last week, so they should be refreshed and ready to crack on. But will the Rebels have something to say about that? Are the Highlanders getting a bit lethargic? They can't afford to drop any points here against the Rebels, because they have the Blues and the Crusaders. Oh, so congested on that New Zealand conference. Let's get back down to the second half. About to kick off. It's 7-all between the Rebels and the Highlanders. The second 40. Last time we seen the Highlanders out here was awfully impressive. Blew the Blues off the paddock. Can we see a repeat of that? Stowers has got the kickoff, and the Highlanders are on the attack instantly. Retallick puts the big fend on. Gets rid of a couple of Rebels defenders in his way. Sets it up on the 22, but he's going to lose the ball. Back it goes for Breen, who's been hammered, and the Rebels are in a spot of bother here. Big defence as away they come through their second rowers, and it's now there for Vainu, and he looks wide. It's Inman breaking the line up down the left side. He goes to ground halfway now. Good breakout here from the Rebels. Holmes, the captain, trying to go forward there. He's been smashed, and he's going to lose the ball as well. The Highlanders are digging in here, and they've finally got it back. Armitage, Sopawanga, good ball to Williams. Williams is in behind. He comes up against Kingston, and Kingston drags him down. A great tackle from the fullback. O'Brien pops it up for Stowers. Oh, he had the other man there. Ben Smith looking to go around the corner. Couldn't find him in support. Afoa goes to Williams. Big pass wide for Aaron Smith. Ben Smith throws it out the back door. Trouble here for the Highlanders. But Wade saves the day with a great dive. Holds on to possession. Here's it to be. Ben Smith. Big pass wide for Williams. Here we go. Here's some space. He finds Stowers. Stowers will run it for the corner. He tried to put on a fend. He just got crunched. Not his strong suit at all there. Williams. Wide a little gap. Tried to take it. Moen. Away for Aaron Smith. One off runners here for the Highlanders at the moment. Is it going to not pay off here? They might lose this ball. And they have lost it. The Rebels get it back. And Burgess, well, that's a big pass and pressure. He finds Vainu, and he's going to streak away. Good tackle at the back. Sexton takes him down. But look at all these meters here that are being soaked up from this kick. Stowers comes away with it. Tries to turn inside.
Release.
It's taken down, and look at the Highlanders all the way back in their 22 now. Just about at the 1 hour mark. It's Williams finds Wade. Wade puts the burners on. Now can he get through Kingston? No, a great tackle from Kingston. Holds him up. And the Highlanders will have to reset things here. Afoa Poor pass. Armitage has to go back. Moen creates a gap, and Moen finds Stowers. Stowers now. He's going to look to chip over the top of Kingston, and he regathers. Kingston comes across, makes the tackle, but the pass from Stowers goes to a Rebels hand, and they escape once again the grasp of Sherwin Stowers. Ball out from the Rebels. Oh, high tackle. Coming up against Taufua. That is from Wade. And that slows the game down a touch. Takes a high speed off it. And Breen will opt to kick for touch. And it goes nicely into touch, just over halfway. Good kick from Breen. And the Rebels, well, still in this match, of course. It's still 7-all. And it's a Rebels line out. Holmes will throw in for the Rebels. Here it comes to the middle, nicely taken down. And Tisu finds his halfback, gives it through the back line. It's there for Inman. He pops it wide. That's a good play for Mitchell. But he has to be dragged over the touchline from Stowers. Those two having a real battle. It's another line out. This time the Highlanders will put in. Through Coltman. He goes to the back, and that has not come off at all. It's been stolen. And the Rebels go to the left side. It's kicked over the top from Allison, putting the pressure on Sexton, who will look to return the pressure, but he is smashed. And the Rebels have got numbers here to this breakdown, and they turn the ball over. Here's the chance for the try. Weeks throws it over the top of the tackle. And Jones goes to ground just short. To the left side. A chance here. Allison for Vainu. Oh, he's got it. He's got it down. Vainu scores, and the Rebels take the lead. What a put down. Let's see this on the replay. Great run there from Jones. And then Taufua. Allison. Oh, narrow channel. Sexton did all he could. The ball has bobbled free. The refs called it a try already. No question for him whether this was put down. Oh. Well, that's a tough one. That is a tough one to call. The ref, well, he's not minced his feelings at all about that one. He says try instantly, and the Rebels, with 7 to go, hold a 5-point lead. Breen needs his kick for his side. Oh, he's hit the upright. Oh, that's the last thing you want to do to this Highlanders team, is leave the door slightly ajar. Because they know, with that man in shot now, Sexton on form. If he nails his conversion, if they can score a try, it is all on for the win. Stowers, again he gets the kickoff. Moen is knocked on. Oh, big mistake from Moen. As it's taken away from the Rebels, and Burgess is kicked for the corner. And oh, it's called out from Stowers. Well, that's a horrible call. He was nowhere near the touchline. Oh, well, that could be a call that will decide this match here with a couple of minutes to go. Holmes will throw in. And it's taken in the middle nicely. They will drive on the back, Katixu. And it sits up. Bit of a run here. Going away for Higginbotham. Well, the Highlanders want this ball. They need this ball if they're going to survive this game. Oh! Massive high shot. Huge high tackle from Sopawanga. And that's just going to result in a kick to touch to end this match for the Rebels. Oh, a shot at goal even. Well, they want to deny the Highlanders a bonus point. Well, nasty tactics here from the Rebels. Here's Breen. If he hits the post, he could open it up here. If he misses, he could do even more. He's missed it completely. Oh, and it's knocked on from Retallick. Oh, unbelievable stuff here from the Highlanders. They have been horrible. And another high tackle. Goodness gracious me. It's a beef now. Can you throw away more chances in a few minutes? Oh, just hitting the tackle of Holmes. And now what are the Rebels going to do? Now they line up another shot. They really don't want the Highlanders to get a bonus point here. Quite a remarkable finish to this match. Surely Breen can't miss this one. And he doesn't. He makes it 15. And the Rebels will get a huge upset here. Full time was up long ago, and there is the whistle. Amy Park is becoming a bit of a haunted house here for the Highlanders. They really struggle to put away this Rebels team. They have gone down to them once again, 15-7. This time, the star-studded side of the Highlanders will now really be looking to their lucky stars if they're to get into the top 6 of this competition. We'll check out the table soon, but let's have a look at what happened here tonight. The Rebels 15, the Highlanders 7, and you can see the scorers, Vaianu and Allison, 2 brilliant tries. And the Rebels, you have to say, deserved to win the match. Breen, he had not his best night with the boot, as we said. 1 conversion from 2 and 1 penalty from... Oh, he also had 3 attempts at penalty, didn't he? So not the best night for Breen at all. But Wade, the 1 try scorer for the Highlanders. And Sexton made no mistake with that conversion. The door was left ajar at the end for the Highlanders, but they could not capitalise. Too many mistakes, too many turnovers. And penalties as well. There we can look, 3rd line down. Conceded penalties 4, and 3 of them were right at the death as time was pretty much up. The Rebels have done a very good job here. They've helped out a lot of other sides in terms of not giving the Highlanders any bonus points. That is a huge part of the match. Highlanders also got 5+ phases on 1 occasion. That is a big deal, but no real continuity in scoring any points. 4 high tackles, that's not good. And they also won possession and equal territory. Wow, the finishing was just not there tonight at all for the Highlanders. Let's go see how this has affected the tables. Of course, the Highlanders did have a match in hand, but they just have 4 matches left, 3 now. And the loss here is really going to hurt them after they lost a couple rounds ago to the Sharks as well. Their away games are proving a thorn in the side. Let's check out the table. So a couple of shortened rounds here as international matches have been ongoing, as you've seen last week with Fiji and Japan getting into some international action. But round 16 and 17, only 1 match for the Highlanders in those 2 rounds, and they also have the first match of round 18, so we will be on a nice level, steady pickings here to see where we all sit with 3 matches to go for the Highlanders. The other matches from round 16. 65-16, the Crusaders thrashing the Brumbies. That's a big win. The Hurricanes go down to the Chiefs by 3 points. Agonising loss there for the Canes. The Reds, wow, 25-17 over the Waratahs. A big win there for the Reds. And the Bulls 22-19 over the Cheetahs. The Sharks, wow, big win. They'll be full of confidence after taking out the Highlanders as well a couple of weeks back. 75-10 over the Lions. Round 17, just a couple of Australian teams involved in that one. The Rebels 15-26 to the Waratahs. Another win there for the Tars, keeping their season alive. The Brumbies bounced back after getting hammered by the Crusaders to do a hammering of their own against the Western Force. To the standings, as we can see, 13 matches even. Everyone on 13 games. And the Highlanders have really missed the chance here to stake a claim at the top of the table. They still sit 7 points adrift, the Crusaders, but they have no games in hand anymore. The Blues have lost 2 in a row, and they're on equal points, 46 for the Highlanders and the Blues. The Chiefs, well, they were out of it, but the Highlanders and the Blues have left the door slightly open here as the Hurricanes are on 36, Chiefs 38. Well, these last few weeks could really throw up some big results. In South Africa, the Sharks are really the only team doing any winning. The Bulls sit second, over half the points behind the Sharks, who are on 56. 23 for the Bulls, 17 Cheetahs, 10 Stormers, and the Lions. Well, they got a win, and they're on 5. In Australia, the Reds are leading the way after getting the win over the Waratahs. They're on 46, Waratahs 45. Brumbies 12 points further back, 33. Rebels 29, and the Force rounded out on 14. Now we go back to the New Zealand Conference here, and we can see the Highlanders and the Blues are on equal points. Well, there's only one way to decide who is going to take second place from those two sides. That is right, round 18 is the Highlanders and the Blues. It is at Eden Park, and it is going to be one huge match for these two teams. Whatever one loses is really going to put on the struggle face to try and get into the top 6. The one that wins, on the other hand, will almost guarantee their spot with just a couple of matches remaining. Who will it be? Well, stick around and stay tuned for round 18. Will the Highlanders miss out on the top 6, being the defending champions? It would be a massive blow to their aspirations, and well, it could be very possible in these last few weeks. Just 3 matches to go. Round 18, the Highlanders travelling to Eden Park to face the Blues, and that is me done for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time for round 18 of the Super Rugby competition, the Highlanders' career. Until then, take care.